and welcome to another video coaching session. Now, in this lesson, we're going to focus on creating visual reports. This is a very powerful technique that will help people who might find it more challenging to look at data in columns and rows to be able to see important information graphically. We're going to start by looking at Excel and Visio. You'll learn how to create them, how to customize them, and how to apply this to your project schedules. Let's get started.
So our focus now is on creating visual reports. And if you have Excel 2007 and Visio Professional 2007, along with Microsoft Project 2007, you can create visual reports out of the box. So visual reports basically give you a graphic representation of the information in your project schedule. For many people, looking at these rows and columns can appear very confusing. However, seeing it in graphic representation is easier for them to read. So Microsoft Project actually comes with a set of Excel and Visio templates that can easily be used to create visual reports. And how Project does this is by using Excel pivot tables and Visio pivot diagrams and to display the information. After you create the report, you can change it directly inside of Excel or Visio software. And the changes that you make in Excel or Visio will not affect your project schedule data. So it's important to keep in mind that you can think outside of the box when you create your own report templates. It's possible to do that as well. And we're going to walk through some examples of how to do that. So to create a visual report, you would first have to open up a project schedule and then go to the menu item Reports. And from here, you would select the option for visual reports that you see at the top. So if we click on that, then we get the Visual Reports Create Report dialog box. And here you can choose Microsoft Office, Excel, or Microsoft Office Visio. I'm going to choose Excel for what we're doing right now. But you can choose either or. And then you would choose the tab here for the type of report that you want to create. And we're going to walk through what these different categories are that you see here in the tabs. So let's, I guess, make it simple. If we, there's a task usage tab here. We're going to walk through these in a minute. On the All tab, this shows you everything that we have. And let's just start with baseline work. For this project schedule, we've baselined it. And actually, let me close this for a moment and double check that we baselined it. So how I can do that is I'm going to insert the baseline start column, and if it's empty, then I know we did not baseline it. So in this case, it's got data, so that tells me this project schedule was baselined. So anyway, going back to Reports, Visual Reports, we're going to choose Baseline Work Report. And next, we can actually click on View to see that report. So you can see that it's generating it, building the OLAP, communication. Still, it's opening Excel. And here we are inside Excel. And this is the report that it created. Let me zoom down. It created it at 125%. So as you can see, the baseline work, these are the default colors that it has already set up for us. It shows baseline work, our work, and the actual work. And this is a bar chart. It's pretty straightforward, okay? Now, the majority of what you'll need to know is related to the Excel pivot tables. And basically, if you look at this Excel file here, you'll see at the bottom there are two worksheets. There's a chart which shows the graphic image, and then there's the assignment usage. This second tab is actually a pivot table that's used to display the information that we see on the graphical chart. So if we go to this assignment usage, this is the pivot table. You can see Excel opened up the pivot table field list. on the right hand side. And basically you can see what's checked here is actual work, baseline work. If we scroll down, we'll see work. Those are the three bars that we saw. We can, if we have cost in here, I don't recall if we have resources and cost in here, but I'm going to go ahead and select actual costs, baseline cost, and budget work. No, budget cost. Okay, whoops. And so I selected 3 additional columns. And if we go back to this tab, it's showing in the legend the additional columns that I added, but because I didn't have that data filled in, we're not seeing anything here. But if we go back to the assignment usage, we can turn off the things that we don't have. So we'll take these columns that I added out. Oops. So we go back to the default. So we'll keep work, baseline work, actual work. Okay, there we go. Okay. So now, anyway, the pivot table here is where you can manipulate your project, your visual report. You can change the information that appears in the graphical chart. Whenever you click on a value here, it adds that into the graphical chart. And whenever you deselect it, remove the checkbox, then it takes it out of the graphical chart. So similar to Excel, a Visio report will also have a graphic worksheet and a design pivot table. Okay, a Visio pivot diagram. We're not going to go into that right now, but when you open up Visio, it's the same thing. You'll be able to select values and remove them and add them into your graphic chart. Okay, now let's go back to Microsoft Project and take a look at some of these visual reports more closely. So the task usage tab here basically is a visual report that is included in Microsoft Project, which is the cash flow report. And basically with a cash flow report, you would find time-phased data. And here's a little example down here. It would show time-phased data of cost and cumulative cost over time. The resource usage, this category allows you to focus on various aspects of resource usage. So for example, resource work availability and remaining availability information over time would be seen here. And there are 3 different reports that you have. And as you click on them, as you can see, the sample shows you what those reports would look like. Assignment usage category allows you to focus on assignment usage, such as baseline reports. These are baseline reports. The basic baseline reports focus on, let's say we use baseline work. That report focuses on planned work that exceeds the baseline work, where the planned cost exceeds the baseline costs. Okay, so that's the difference between these two are. So project comes with summary reports as well. There are task summary, resource summary, and assignment summary. The resource summary tab, we have one report template here. This is resource remaining work, and basically this is an Excel visual report where you see a stacked bar chart that you see here. Stacked meaning there's one color that means something and another color that means something else, which shows work and remaining work and the total work for each resource on the project. The assignment summary, we don't have anything here, but typically assignment summary would be Visio report templates as well. And because I don't have Visio 2007, you don't see them here, but there are 2 Visio report templates. The report status, there's going to be a resource status report that shows work and cost values for each of your project resources, and task status report, which would show the work and percent of the work complete for tasks at their highest level. So in this version, because I don't have Visio 2007, I happen to have Excel 2007, you don't see anything on the task summary or assignment summary tabs. But if you have those, you will see those reports here. Now let's focus on one other important detail. So let's say these are all the reports, and let's say you don't find the report that you need. So what can you do? It's pretty simple. You can actually modify an existing report. So you can select, let's say, baseline work report, and you can click on edit, and you can add or remove fields as you want. Okay, and then if you click on edit template, it just edited this template. If we go back to our project schedule here, so to create a report, let's say you don't find a visual report that you want to use. Creating a report is similar to modifying one. You go to the menu option, select reports, which we already did, and select visual reports, and then you'll see this create report dialog box. And if you click on new template, you see there's a new template dialog box that just opened up, and you would select whether or not you want to create an Excel or Visio template, and then you choose the data which you want to report to. So let's say the list box, if I click on this, you'll see has task usage, resource usage, assignment usage, task summary, resource summary, and assignment summary. So we choose an existing visual report to include time-phased data on your report. You would select the task usage, or you could select the resource usage or assignment usage. Time-phased data is information that's distributed over time, and project allows you to see this in a task usage, resource usage view. So let's just go ahead and select task usage. Then when we go to the field picker button, and you see the Visual Reports Field Picker dialog box pops up. And on the left-hand side, you pick the fields that you want to appear in the report, and then you click on the Add button. So let's say we wanted AC. Click on Add. So you see the fields that you've selected on the right-hand side. So the fields that you see here vary depending on the type of report template that was selected. So we selected task usage. So basically, we just go through these steps until we add everything that we want to see in our report, and then we click on the OK button. And to exit out of this dialog box, you click on OK again. It's generating the report, creating the cube. And then you go to your menu and select Office button, Save As, and we're going to save it in a location where we want to be able to retrieve it. So we're going to select Save As, and we would navigate to the default location where templates are stored. So the location where templates are stored is usually on the C drive under Programs, Program Files, under Microsoft Office, and then Templates, and then 1033. So we can give it a name, call it Test template. So if you save your template in the default location, it appears automatically when Visual Reports window in Project is open, along with the other visual reports. So let's go back to Project. Oh, one important detail. I saved this as an Excel extension. This needs to be saved as a different file type, which is a template extension. Let's see. Here we go, Excel template. And we'll just call it test template. Click save. Whoops. Actually, I'm sorry, I'm putting it in the wrong place. Let's fix that. Let's go back, click save as. XLST, we want it in this folder. And we'll click on save. And it's saying that this workbook contains external data. Do you want Microsoft Office Excel to clear the data before saving the template? The answer is no, we're going to keep the data. Okay, so now when we go back to Project, I'm going to close out of here, go back into Visual Reports. You can see our test template file is now showing up here. It's here twice because I have two files in that folder that are the same name. But anyway, this is how you create your own template and add it into the list. I created a task usage template and saved it as test temp, so that's why we see it under task usage. And that's pretty straightforward. So visual reports are pretty interesting. It's good to play with them, get comfortable with them so that you can communicate the data that's in your reports.
Okay, so that's the end of this lesson, and I recommend you take a look at the homework below. Of course, if you have any questions, you're always welcome to contact me at ineedsupportplease.com. Now, this is the final lesson in our series. If you'd like additional videos and video coaching, feel free to join the VIP program at e-projectmanagers.com. I will be creating additional lessons for Project 2010, and if you're interested in that, feel free to contact us at ineedsupportplease.com and we'll notify you as soon as those lessons are available. Thank you for your time, and we appreciate helping you.